Hi there guys, this video is a little bit of a request for your assistance. I uploaded a video yesterday showing people how to beat the unbeatable drivatars on the aerodrome track, and the only reason that I could beat them is because they all get stuck, so you end up lapping them over and over again. It's really easy, especially on 50 laps. There's very little chance that after 50 laps any of the other drivers are actually still racing. They're all stuck in shipping crates. So I uploaded that video, and then a lot of people commented. I mean, like, a lot of people commented, and you were probably one that said beating unbeatable drivatars is easy. And quite a few people mentioned the Holyrood Park Circuit, which is where I am right now. So yesterday, after reading those comments, I come into the Holyrood Park Circuit and I set my settings to unbeatable, and I tried to win, and I came last. So I tweaked my settings, I tried manual and automatic gearbox, I tried driving in the snow with snow tyres and all sorts of things, and I came last. So I practiced and practiced, and I came last. And I just could not do anything that would improve my driving. But eventually I came last but won. And I was seriously proud of myself. So I did race the Holyrood yesterday quite a lot. I still don't really know the circuit because I didn't really learn it. I just kept crashing into walls. But I just kept coming last, and on the very last time that I tried to do this, I came last but won. So a few people mentioned this as their go-to race to do 50 laps for easy credits. It didn't work for me. I was miles behind. So what I've decided to do, I've set up a blueprint. I'm in the Maserati 300S. I think I've left everything open for everyone else. I can't remember. But I just wanted a car that I like. I'm on the standard tuning for this car. And in my difficulty settings, I've got the drivatars on unbeatable. I don't expect to win. Everything else is on my normal settings, but I've put my gears to manual. Now, I've got a caveat here. I'm on my controller. I never use manual gears on the controller, so I am going to forget to change gear. So I'm going to have to crank the volume on the TV up so I can hear my engine squealing, and that's going to remind me that I have to change gear. But normally I only use manual on the steering wheel, but my steering wheel has a horrible dead zone on this game, so I've stopped using it. I'm just going to buy a new one. So I'm on manual, but I am on the controller, so if I forget to change gear, I apologise. I will get used to it, and things will be fine in the future. But for this race, it might be a mess. So those are my settings. As I say, I'm just in the Maserati 300S with a standard tuning. The idea of this isn't that I'm going to win. I know I'm not going to win. And I don't want you guys to say, hey, you could win if you tune your car. Hey, you could win if you do this or this or this. What I want you to say is, hey, you can be a better driver if you do this and this and this. And that's going to raise the possibility of you winning without having to rely on something like the tuning of your car or just the actual track and that kind of stuff. So I'm going to race around this for a few laps. What I'd like you to do, what I'd like all the people that said on my video yesterday that beating unbeatable drivatars is easy to do, is to leave some comments. Tell me, how can I become a better driver? Now, if you want to just leave general stuff, do so. It's going to be useful for me. If you want to be very specific, you want to put timestamps in, and you want to say very specific things about what I'm doing and how I can make it better, then please do so. That will be really useful for me, and it's also going to be useful for some of my other subscribers that have the same level of driving that I do. So I don't think that's many, to be honest. I think most of the people that subscribe to my channel are much better drivers than I am, judging by the comments that I get from you guys. But I did have some positive comments yesterday on the aerodrome video from people saying this has been really helpful. Now those guys are like me. We cannot drive. We're not that good. We cannot beat unbeatable drivatars unless we have something that is tipping the scales in our favour, as in the other cars get trapped in shipping crates. That's not going to happen here. I do know that on Holyrood I can cut a few corners. I don't know which ones. I only know that because I read it in some comments yesterday. So here we go. Oh, I need to turn the television up, otherwise I am definitely going to forget to change gear. So I apologise for... I missed my start a little bit then, but it's not important. You can still improve my racing. Okay, the gears, I'm going to say right now, I'm not used to gears on the controller. I'm probably going to mess that up. Okay, so that's not so much the issue. I will get used to that as I continue using them on the controller. What is more the issue is things like my driving line, my braking distances, my cornering, you know, all that kind of stuff. You know, am I using drag and slingshots and whatever, you know, am I sliding too much and losing speed? Help me in any way you can. So guys, this is my challenge to you. Oh, I didn't need to change up then, did I? This is my challenge to you. Can you make me a better driver? No! Damn. Can you make me a better driver? And also, can you help my subscribers that are not such good drivers to become better drivers too? I'm really not doing a good job here. I did drive this track yesterday a few times, but I spent most of it hitting walls, so just like this. So maybe it's going to take me a lap or two to get used to this. So I mean, I know this is painful to watch, but for the first bit, just bear with me. I mean, comments on the first lap are probably not going to be that useful. Maybe go on to lap 2 or 3, and I will have got a little bit more used to the car by then, and a little bit more used to the track. Shit, changing gear. So I'm already in last place. I've only got 4 gears. That surprised me. I thought I had 5 on this car. So there's not going to be a great deal of commentary because talking and driving is really something I'm not very good at. Well, I think it's just driving I'm not good at, whether I'm talking or not. I can handle talking. I could talk for, well, I could talk for Colombia, I should say, not England. I'm not in England anymore. So yeah, I can talk a lot, as you've probably noticed from my previous videos. Now I know I've been in 3rd gear for a long time, which is probably not right. Come on, you can do this, you can do this. That corner there, I do catch that bank sometimes, which messes me up. Okay, I'm starting to remember... Oh, shit. I'm starting to remember some of these corners now, so hopefully I'll start to, you know where I'm going a little bit more. Slow in, turn, foot on the gas. At what point do you guys change gear? Do you, just as it gets into the red zone, a little bit after the red zone, when it's squealing, before it starts? You know, any advice, even if you think it's basic advice, you think everybody must know this, give me the advice. Let's see if you can make me a good driver. I think this is quite a challenge, to be honest. Oh, what? But I'm going to stick with this car. I mean, a lot of people might say, you know, change the car you're driving. You want to be all-wheel drive or whatever, or mid-engine or front engine, or, you know, you might say those things will help me. I'm not interested in it being the car that makes me a better driver. I'm more interested in it being me just driving better that's making me a better driver. Look at that skid mark from my last lap. So that obviously that was better. I handled that better than I did previously. I'm pretty sure I don't really need to brake there. I'll tell you what we'll do. This is just an 8-lap track. I mean, this is bad. I can see that it's bad, and I know that I can drive better than this. But we're going to get a total time for this race. And then, with your guys' help, let's see how many seconds we can knock off. Now, I honestly do think that even if I just did this again immediately afterwards, it'd be a lot better than this. I'm just getting a bit more used to the track, a bit more used to the car, and also, most importantly, a bit more used to changing gear on the controller, which is something I never normally do, so I am forgetting to change the gears. Definitely need to brake more there. Also, the braking distance on this car, it's quite long. It doesn't brake very well. Okay, that felt a lot better. Very slow in that was, but it seemed like it really helped me on the exit. Okay, now I'm being a little overcautious with my slow in and fast out mantra. But I'd rather be slow and not hit walls. I think hitting walls is possibly the worst thing that I can do. Being a little bit slow coming out of a corner seems to be a bit better. Oh, that's a lot sharper than I thought. Yeah, a few people did say that this track is good because you can, there's quite a few corners you can skip, and then a couple of people commented on their comments saying it's better if you're just a good driver, you don't want to be relying on skipping corners. I kind of agree with both of those statements. It's good to have those corners to skip, to give yourself a little bit of an advantage, but obviously it's also much better if you have the ability to drive the track properly with very strict rules and still win. So let's see what we can do this time. Ah, no! Again, banging into that wall. It feels like I'm waiting for the car to squeal a lot more than it actually does. I am now getting a little bit more used to changing gear. I'm remembering to do it. It's becoming a little bit more automatic. I'm not having to think about it. So that's a good sign. Okay, well that time, I didn't skid out and hit the wall, but I kind of feathered the brake, which seemed to work a bit better. Oh, I always hit this wall, don't I? So let's make sure I don't hit it this time. Okay. Okay, feathering the brake is obviously helping. I'm not skidding. I've got ABS on. I'm not sure whether it says, hey, this car's ABS doesn't exist, this is an old car, or something like that, and whether that's affecting it, I don't know. This feels like it's been my best lap so far. If I look at the times, I'm just going to smack into the wall, so I'm not going to look at those. Oh shit, I'm not changing gear. Sorry about that, guys. It's going to happen quite a lot. I mean, once I've done this a couple of times with gears on the controller, I'll definitely get used to it, and then I'll remember to change. Well, we're not going to look at the overall time. We're going to look at my best lap. I think the overall time would be a little bit misleading because the first couple of laps will have been much worse than the rest, simply because it's a car I've not driven for a while, even though I like it, and also knowing the track as well. So we'll be looking at the best lap, and with your help and advice, we'll be seeing if we can improve that best lap. I think that's going to be a lot more accurate representation of whether or not I'm actually improving because of your comments, or I'm just improving because of my own practice. Hey, you don't really need to slow down at all the way around that section. Don't hit the fence, it's going to slow you down. Ah, shit. Okay. Oops. The cylinder pop out of my bonnet there. Oh god, I'm changing lane first. Didn't realise I was in a second. I'm of the persuasion that you shouldn't really ever change down into first gear. I'm assuming that is correct. If that is wrong, then let me know. But yeah, I'm pretty sure changing down into first gear is never going to be something you want to do. Or maybe I'm wrong, it felt like it needed a lower gear there. That was a mistake. I didn't mean to change it to first on that corner. I'd be interested to see how my lap times compare to the drivatars. I'm not expecting to beat their lap times, but I wonder if I can just get close. That'd be interesting, because obviously no, don't hit the wall, don't hit the wall. Ah, shit. Obviously my driving is getting better as I'm getting more used to the car, getting more used to remembering changing gears. Every time I say it, I forget. And I'm also starting to brake a little bit better, I think. Oh, that was awful. I thought that was the corner, but it wasn't. It was the next checkpoint. So I should pay a little bit more attention to the mini-map. Okay, it's all gone bad. It's gone bad. Is this the last lap? Yes, it is. Oh, that's a shame. It's not a good one on the last lap. Not a good one at all. So 132 was the best. So I got a 132. Came in a very obvious last. What are they getting? 129s. So, I mean, I'm pretty much the person directly above me was almost exactly 3 seconds faster than I was. So I'm getting a 132. Give me some advice. Give me some tips. Tell me what I should be doing. I think the thing I didn't focus on at all while I was doing that was the racing line. I should be moving out so I can clip the apex of the corner, that kind of stuff. I was a little bit too over-focused on the gears to be thinking about something like that. And I was also trying to focus on trying to brake, braking in time for the corner and getting used to that. So it was a little bit of getting used to the car there. So I do think that I'll definitely improve before the next time, but I would like your advice. See what you can do to get me to become a better driver. You do see there, 4th place, my alter ego, YouTube Game Hacks. So in a Mercedes. I thought I'd set it to Maserati only, but obviously I didn't, because very few people are driving Maseratis. So I've obviously set it to open. Everyone is in... we've all got very similar cars. So everyone's on a B class. We're all around the 660, 670-ish, 650. Let's have a look. So 668, my car was the highest. And obviously Major Cafe Dow was who came in 2nd place from Conan Exiles. Hello, if you ever watched this video. You were also in the Maserati 300S, so you've obviously got great taste. So there we go, guys. That was a sample of how people that can't drive on the Holyrood Park circuit. What I'd like you to do now is to give me some tips, give me some advice, be as specific or as general as you like. I'll read all the advice. I'll take it on board. I'll try and practice and implement whatever it is that you tell me, and let's see how many seconds we can shave off this. 132.559. So let's see if we can get down to, I think 120, 125 should be achievable, because this is the beginning. So, my good driving subscribers, give us some tips. My bad driving subscribers, don't tell me the stuff I'm already doing that you're probably already doing as well. Just read the other guy's tips, okay? This one is just for the people that are going, drivatars on unbeatable is easy. So let's see if they can put their money where their mouth is and use their expertise to make a shit driver a good driver. And let's see if I can compete with these unbeatable people. I'm hoping not. If I can beat unbeatables, then what are Turn 10 doing? They need to crank up the difficulty settings a bit, because it must be very frustrating for people that continually, always, without effort, beat the other drivatars. I mean, you must be trying to handicap yourself with, you know, a lower class car or something like that. I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like to very easily always come first. I'd like to be a great driver, but I'd also like to have great competition. And sometimes you have to just drive against the drivatars because there's not that many people that are wanting to be in a race, and also getting a race online often takes a very long time. So I think that Turn 10 need to spend a little bit more money on improving their service. So that's all from me, guys. I look forward to your comments. I look forward to shaving some seconds off 132.559. I know that wasn't good. I know the first few laps were very, very painful for you guys to watch. And I also know that I kept forgetting to change gear. But any advice will be very much appreciated. And the next time I do this, obviously I'm going to do it a few times to see how we progress. It's going to be a lot better. But I'm sticking with the Maserati 300S. So advice like change your car, I'm not going to do that. Advice like change your tuning, I'm not going to do that. I just want you to make me a better driver in this car. So there we go. Leave some comments and I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, and thank you.